Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of the Clencast. I already messed that up. It should have been another podcast. Here I am already screwing things up. It's been it's been well over a month since I uploaded the last podcast. But guys, hello everybody. Welcome back to another podcast. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. We have the Clencast every once in a while, and honestly, I have no idea how long this is going to go. I'm going to focus on making it like podcast format, talking like really laid back. I want these types of videos to be something you play around in the background, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So it's going to be mostly talking about the channel, having a little bit of an update with the channel, some things that I've been thinking about doing, some things that I am doing with the channel, and I'd love to know, as always, what you guys think down below. So elephant in the room, we hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. I can't thank you guys enough for that. I really appreciate it. I didn't do anything special except we are going to be doing something special in the Discord server. People have been posting their favorite moments from the channel. I'm going to be reacting to them once we get like a ton of things in there. I'm honestly not in a rush for it, and it's crazy to me that we have 10K people here. There's been so many like great things, great people that have been around. So I appreciate every single one of you. And actually, speaking of 10K, we hit a little bit more of a bigger milestone in not only the channel but in my life, and I owe all of that to you completely. Every one of you, because I wish I could show you guys how thankful I am. One day, you have my word, when I get enough money from this channel, I will be definitely giving it back to the people who have helped build this channel, watching the ads. People have donated. I remember every single little thing that you guys have done for me. So for the first time in my life, and it was just a couple weeks ago, coincidentally, like really close to when we actually hit the 10K mark, my YouTube paycheck was bigger than my actual job. That was a one-time thing. It was because it went back to normal after that. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like I'm making nothing, right? But we just had a really solid month. And I couldn't believe what I saw. I was like, oh my God, this is more than my actual work. And it's such a huge thing for me because I want to end up doing this full time, right? And I guess I'll talk about that a little bit, right? So honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for that. It happened once, and it's probably going to happen again. And I understand it's coming from two channels. A lot of it is from the MMA betting guides as well. That's been pretty consistent with people continuously subscribing to that. All the channel members we have here. Everybody who, even just in the streams, you say that you've watched an ad, like, that helps me so much. I wish I could tell you, man. I wish I could tell you. And it sucks because I can't. All I can do is sit here and say thank you. Like, all you guys use my supporter creator code. I can't believe that I wholeheartedly believe in my heart that this will be a full-time job for me one day. And I'd love to just spend my days streaming, making videos for people, entertaining people. Like I said, for the goal for the channel, guys, I want to be that channel that you just turn on in the background. I just want to be that comfort channel. You know how I described iTalk back in the day. So we hit two crazy milestones, that being 10,000 subscribers and me having such a good month on YouTube that I made more than my actual job. So again, thank you very much, guys. And that's something that I want to do because one thing that I do want to get into, and I have spoken about this on the channel before, is I want to do more, and I'm going to tie these two in together, okay? I want to talk about the channel memberships, and please, with all my heart, I'm always looking for ways to improve the channel. I'm always looking for ways to improve things around here, whatever you guys want. If there's something that you hate, I'm happy to hear about it. I'm really struggling with the membership right now because, and this whole podcast is going to be about stuff too that, like, I have my first struggle with the video, which is really strange, but we're going to start off with the memberships because that kind of has to do with the 10K thing. I am so grateful that a lot of you are channel members and spending your own hard-earned money just to help out with the channel, because I've been looking constantly for ways to add perks to them, but I really can't think of any. And I even put this, if you guys don't know, I had a channel feedback survey over in the Discord server, and a lot of people, most of the responses were, and I thank you for that, by the way, it was like, I don't subscribe for perks. I subscribe to support the channel. So that means a lot to me, but I also want to give back to you in a sense because I have a giveaway at the end of the month. That's not enough in my opinion, but we're also not like pulling in enough money where I can actually like slice off. Again, was in the YouTube post. Slice off some cash and give it to somebody. That's what I ultimately want to do with the channel membership, is not even just Fortnite shops. That would be fun. Like I mentioned in past podcasts, right? Or past videos on the channel. It'd be so cool to just gift somebody an entire item shop. But what I really want to do, man, is take some of that, obviously use it for my life. And that's another thing, because something that I forgot to mention, I just want to get that out of the way. Going back to thanking you guys for everything, is My daughter's going to be born in a couple weeks. I've been spending so much money preparing for that, and I can only imagine it's going to be more so. All of you helping out the channel, it helps me so much more than you know. I can live comfortably because of that. And I'm not saying like I'm not sitting here like rich or anything, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like worried. With my job, I would be. With just my job, I would be. So thank you again. But anyways, the goal for this membership is I want to always give back, because that's what the channel's been about, right? The channel has been about so many of us, so many of you guys helping me make videos. The Talk at Clen, Concept Times, Talk at Clen, Reply Room, all of these things, right? I love making those videos. I love that everybody can help me build this content. So you guys have helped me more than most channels, to be honest with you. So I do want to make that a goal with the channel membership one day, is just to slice off a good amount of cash and be like, hey, you need something? Here you go. Pick a random winner or somebody who actually needs something. I don't know. I really want to get to that point. I really want to get to that point with the content where I can help people with this. And so the memberships, what I was talking about, what I was struggling with, is it's a combination with another thing, and it'll tie in together. I really, really miss playing with everybody. I do, because I've done that since I began streaming. A lot of you who've been here regularly on the channel would know that. I have been doing streams, Chris and I, just playing with viewers. People would come, they would play, and then we'd have one round with each person. I love talking to you guys. I have a lot of fun with everybody. It's been suggested to me that, and this was on stream too, it's been suggested to me that I make the members only, or like either I live stream and only members can come play, or I do members only streams where people just come in and play, which would also be members. That is an okay idea, but the problem being I'm having a really, really difficult time. I'm having a really difficult time going through with that idea, because I don't think that I don't feel right about it. I don't feel right about you guys like being here supporting the channel. I love talking to you guys, right? And I just look at, this is the way I see it. I look at you, hey, pay to play with me. It feels like I would be like so above people, and I really am not. And that's why I had a problem talking about even just celebrating 10K subscribers. I don't like that. I don't look at people's numbers. I don't. And I know how like it can come off so, for lack of a better term, dickish for me to even sit here and go, well, guys, I'm just one of you. I have a problem talking about this. I have a problem, but I don't know how else to fix it, man. I don't know how else to fix it, because we're at a point now where we have so many members and we have so many people watching these live streams, and we are getting members gifted constantly, which, don't get me wrong, I'm appreciative of, but this is a problem that we all anticipated coming, for those of you who have been watching the channel for a long time, and that problem's here where I can't play with people. Games of Fortnite take 25 minutes. It'd be different if I could do this full time. I could spend entire days doing so, right? But that's something that I really miss, and it's something I would like to get back to, and literally the only idea I have is to make it members only. But then again, I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, pay to play with me. I don't like that. It'd be different if I was sitting here and teaching you something. Like if I was really good at Fortnite and like, hey, pay and then I'll correct your Fortnite skills, you know? That'd be different. You'd be paying for a service. But just to pay for my time, I don't like that. I don't like that. And it would make me feel like I see people below me, and I really don't. I even feel, like I said, I feel dickish talking about this, because I can sit here and the message is, I'm just a guy with a microphone. I'm just like everybody else. But do you know how like stupid that sounds? You know how like I feel like an a-hole? You know, I don't know how else to come across. I don't know how else to get this message across. I hope with all my heart you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because that I've been having a huge problem with, because again, I really miss talking and playing with everybody. The streams have been awesome, don't get me wrong, but I would love to do this, and the idea for it with the members only thing would be I would likely dedicate one day, either weekly or bi-weekly. We'll have to figure out how that system works, and I would love to play with people. Spend a whole stream playing with people, because I don't want to, like, I just really liked playing with people, that's all, and I miss doing it. But then again, you even have the problem, like, if you know, I can't play with people off stream, right? Because once you play with one person, it's the same thing with adding in Fortnite. Once I play with one person, I have to say yes to everybody, right? It's such a little bit of a mess, and it's a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful. We knew this was coming, but I didn't think it would come this quick, to be honest with you. I just really enjoyed hopping on, hearing your thoughts about the game, getting hyped, having some great moments, winning, you know. I had a lot of fun doing it. So That's the problem I've been having with the channel memberships. And in general, I want more perks for it. I can't think of anything though, but I know a lot of you are subscribed to the membership just to support, and I wholeheartedly thank you for that. Honestly, that means so much to me. So the memberships I've been having a little bit of an issue with. Surprisingly, on the Clenbat channel, my MMA channel, I've been having no problems with the membership because I'm giving a lot of value with that. So I want to do more, man. I want to do more, and I can't thank you guys enough for always being here. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, especially when it comes to playing with people, because I know how that can sound. I know how that can sound, and I hope I hope that it ends up being okay. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. But speaking of problems, I also wanted to touch on this because for the first time in my entire YouTube career, and I've been doing this since 2020, I've had a problem with a video. And I thought it would make, like, we're talking about the channel, we're talking about videos, we're talking about updates, and why not, right? If you guys don't know, I created my original Fortnite storyline. It's a, like, for example, like my own brand new chapter, how I would lay it out. I wrote a story, and it was fantastic, dude. It was absolutely fantastic, and I killed it, man. I was just, I don't know if any of you write. I definitely don't. I'm not creative that way, but I had an idea, and I was just flowing. I was just flowing over and over and over again. Then all of a sudden, I had this, like, really nice, fleshed out story, but my storytelling isn't great because obviously I've never written anything before, and I don't read storybooks. If you guys know me, I like to read, but I don't read any fiction. I don't read any I don't read any storytelling books. I read things like my favorite books is about the human body and how it functions. So I'm not familiar with that. So what I did is I took it and copied and pasted it into an AI, and I said, hey, fix my grammar, fix all this stuff. And it's not to say that I don't know what I'm doing with grammar. It's just like, for example, I don't have it in front of me, but it would take something like, if I was talking about Agent Jones, if I had something where Agent Jones looked at Dr. Sloan, that's what I would write because it doesn't make any sense. Agent Jones looked at Dr. Sloan with a certain gaze in his eyes. That's what the AI would do to fix it. I'm like, oh my God, that's actually so much better, right? Because that's the beauty of AI, right? They can fix it that way. And especially since I'm not a storyteller. So now I have this completely flushed out story with like those little words added, right? Where it's like Midas grabbed his gun with the fiery rage of somebody who's ready for determination. That's a poor description of what I'm talking about, but you get the point. That's what the AI would add to it. So now I have this completely fleshed out story, and it's awesome. It is amazing, okay? I'm very hyped about it, and I really want to share it to people, but I don't know how to get that across. And I was talking to a couple people that I do know have worked with AI before, and I was thinking about the best way to go about it is to, don't shoot my head off, is to actually generate a bunch of AI images and kind of make it like a slideshow thing. But you even run into another issue with that because the AI doesn't remember. Like if I were to create Agent Jones in AI, it can do that, right? But it doesn't remember these characters, the AI. So the Agent Jones is going to look slightly differently in every single piece of picture that we make. That's the issue with it. And I don't know if that would really be good, but I don't know how else to tell this. A video that I was really inspired by, and I want it to be kind of like this storytelling, is you guys watched it. It was a guy, I can't remember the name for the life of me. And you know what? I'm going to look it up while I'm talking to you guys here because, yeah, we're in podcast format right now. I made a hot coffee. I'm going to drink. It's going to be great day for a podcast. These videos are so awkward to record sometimes because, again, it's just like one long take, no cuts, nothing like that, right? But it was I rewrote Endgame. That's what it's in my search history. Okay, it's by Unique Namosaurus, okay? That I don't remember that name, but it is a video 2 years ago with 710,000 views. I rewrote Endgame by giving Thanos one major twist. People seem to like it. And he made another video about Game of Thrones with a similar title where it's like, I rewrote Game of Thrones with blank and people liked it. And I watched those videos and I was like, oh my God, that's absolutely fantastic. So that's what this was kind of inspired by, to be honest with you. I took something that I would like to see in the Fortnite storyline and kind of expanded on it. The also other idea that I had for it was, because the Fortnite storyline has been so lacking, but now we have this brand new season, and now Charlie Wen's really digging in with the story, so it's not going to hit the same. And I feel it's crazy to me because I started writing this like well before season 2, right? It's not going to hit nearly the same because in one of the seasons and one of the storylines, I actually have like not titans, but I don't want to spoil it, but it's like giant kind of creatures around, or, you know, kind of like Caddis, maybe a little bit bigger. And with the Titan hand coming, with Titans being on the map, it kind of doesn't exactly hit the same, right? But there's nothing you can do there. I still absolutely cooked with the story. So I think the best way to go about it is just to do the best I can, talk over it just like that guy. And I rewrote Endgame. By the way, if you love Avengers, if you love Game of Thrones, go check out his channel. It's absolutely fantastic. I came across it at work by accident, and I gave it a chance, and I watched the whole thing. It was amazing, the storytelling there. So I wanted to do something like that, and that kind of made me think about just other things to do in general, right? I kind of want to get into storytelling because this was really fun to do. It was difficult to come up with an idea, but once I did, and once I started rolling, it was actually quite thrilling coming up with a story, and I would like to dive into that a little bit more. So I would need to figure out exactly how I do it. That video is probably going to take a while. I want to get on it sooner than later because I cannot wait to show people what I actually came up with. Watch, I just released the video too. Just watch, I released the video, and people are like, wow, this story's crap. I actually don't think that's possible though. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to take a little coffee break here. But it's so funny, man. It's so funny. So I can't wait to get that out. I know that I'm going to have some hate for the AI, but I've talked about it before, guys. There's nothing you can do, man. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to sit here and not use it, not going to fall behind. I wish AI wasn't here. I've talked about it a bunch of times. I think it's bad for humanity, but I'm not going to fall behind, and I'm not going to hire an artist because I've done that before. It gets expensive fast. It gets really expensive, and I certainly can't afford that. If I could, I would, but you can't expect people. This is what I don't understand, man. Everybody expects people to pay so much money for artists, pay so much money for everything, and it's a lot what YouTubers need, right? Especially for my video. Could you just imagine all the different slides? Why would I pay somebody for that? I can't. It would be nice if I could, but I can't. It's unbelievable, man. But moving on, though, and this is probably going to be a really short podcast because I believe I'm 17 minutes in now. Hopefully it's still enjoyable to watch. I've done podcasts with PBJ, right? About a half hour long. Anyways, there's another piece of content that I will be diving into, and it's a lot because I spend a lot of time doing YouTube research, right? And I want to talk a little bit more about what I want from the channel again afterwards, because again, this is really becoming something that I can do permanently. Anyways, I'm going to start uploading, and this is what you can expect on the channel, is every once in a while, I'm thinking once a month, maybe just to get it going because I have a lot of old videos stocked up. Maybe I'll upload a little bit more frequently, not as daily videos, as an extension just to leave it there. I want to upload marathons. I want to jump on that train because, again, I think I just mentioned it. I've been studying so much YouTube because I care a lot about this, right? I really, really want to succeed. People have been watching billions of hours on YouTube TV now, and YouTube is actually pushing out and giving more ad revenue to videos that come and play on the TV, and the people who get recommended videos on the TV are absolutely longer videos because people are more relaxed. They put on the TV in the background while they're doing something. So YouTube ends up recommending a lot of these channel marathons that people have been uploading, just live streams of people just having their own playlist. I don't even know how that works really. I guess it wouldn't be that hard to figure out. You just maybe actually just stream your desktop watching it. But so what I'm going to be doing is I have all of my old videos on an external hard drive. I took that and I'm going to just compile them together, make a 3-4 hour video. I don't know how many videos it's going to take to get through what I've already uploaded there. And it's not going to be just random videos. It's going to be videos that are still relevant. I'm not going to talk about oh my God, these leaks are coming soon, right? It's going to be videos that actually would be okay to watch. I'm going to have a whole one for gameplay videos. I'm going to have a whole one for videos that actually aren't Fortnite. You get the point. So I want to capitalize on that so you guys can expect that. And that kind of goes along with, first of all, apparently YouTube is really, really pushing it because YouTube TV is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I watch YouTube on my TV all the time. I fall asleep to YouTube. It's so I totally get that. And it's a big, big opportunity for people right now. And it's going to continue to be a big opportunity. I'm going to jump on that. I'm going to get on that because, again, it aligns with the goal of the channel. I want to be that guy that you can just turn it on and fall asleep to. I have a lot of short videos, but why not? This would be perfect, right? I want to just, if you want some in the background, I would hope you choose Clen. That's kind of where I'm at with this, right? So I'm definitely going to be doing that. Other than that, I've been talking about the memberships I've been struggling with a little bit, and the first video that I've actually been struggling with, and that's something brand new to the channel because I have always been, no problems. Just come up with a video, make a video. That's what I've been doing my entire YouTube career so far, right? Excuse me for a second. I'm still not used to my camera tracking me over there. Just like, woo. It's so funny. Anyways, there was one more thing I wanted to touch on. And again, this podcast is probably going to be really short. I apologize for that, guys. I apologize for that. I wanted to be a little bit longer. But going back to what I was speaking about at the beginning of the video, we hit a milestone in 10K. And for the first time, I made more money than my actual job. It's insane to me, and it's becoming more and more of a reality that I will be doing this full time one day. And again, like, I'm not going to spend the whole time thanking you guys for it because I already definitely did. I will remember all of you supporting the channel, especially in the early days, forever. And it's going to be sad when the channel gets big and it's kind of like all of your comments are going to get kind of flooded out and the streams is going to be more difficult. Like I talked about, we might have to just do members only, and that's a whole issue in itself, right? But it's very comforting. It's very comforting because one of the goals now that I'm having with this channel is I really want freedom. And it kind of really clued into me that I want freedom more than anything. And I'm speaking like financial freedom. Once you have financial freedom, you can just do whatever you want, because I feel bad that I leave in the morning and my wife is here, so it's no big deal, right? But I feel horrible in the morning that, I don't know if my camera's picking it up, the dog's sleeping next to me, the dog's attached to me. I feel bad that I'm not spending nearly as, and don't get me wrong, I spend time with my wife, but like I would love to just sit back every day and hang out with my wife. I'm going to have kids. I want more kids. I want to have as many kids as possible. The goal right now is to shoot for 4, but if we could just keep spawning them, that would be insane. Family is everything to me. And ever since I got a job right now where I have weekends off, this is my first job in my entire life where I've had weekends off. It's been wonderful going over to my dad's on Saturdays and spending the time watching the fights. There's so much that I just want to do. I take Sunny for a W to the A to the L to the K. I have to spell that. And she's starting to learn the spelling. So I've been adding the twos together, like the W to the A to the L to the K. But I've been doing that, and it might just be growing up. I don't know, man. But I've been getting happier as life goes on. And I've always been a happy guy. Don't get me wrong. Well, my teenage years were a little bit bumpy. Well, just like growing up emotionally, right? Like I didn't go through anything. I still had a great life. But I've just been going for those little strolls every day. I've been just looking at the clouds, loving life, just even at night. Just like, hey, I'm calling my dad. Hey, Dad, you want to go take the DOG? You know, sorry, I'm being so cryptic here. I've been spending weekends watching fights. I've been hanging out with my friends on weekends too. It's just, there are so many things that are bound by work that I would like to do more of. Just imagine if I can hang out with my wife all day, you know, all day. What if I could just, you know, I feel like going to my dad's right now. I don't have to wait for the weekend, right? I think that's such a cool idea. And I would love to just get a big property one day. I really, really want to get another dog and a big property because I want her, the dog that's right next to me, to run around freely. I just want to spend my entire life with my family. I don't want to go anywhere. And on top of that, I'm so grateful for my job. Don't get me wrong, because I don't hate my job. I'm just sick of not really being free in that sense. This is a job that I would like. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a second. I noticed my hoodie was all bunched up, so now I think it's all back to normal. But the point being, I would love to do this for a living. This is something that I really enjoy. I would love to build this to a point where, like I said, I could just give money to people. Not like a Mr. Beast. Don't get me wrong. That'd be nice. But I would just love to just improve people's lives in a way that I'm not doing at work. And you ever get sick of work in the sense where, and don't get me wrong, if this ever happens to get pushed out to anybody at work, there are a lot of fantastic people that I do work for. There's just a select few. You know, like, I'm just tired of not being free in that sense where I can do what I want. Like, and just, another thing that my wife came up with, and I'm actually totally on board for, is, I don't know if the rest of the world has this, but we have a Presso Tea, which is a bubble tea place, and they're individually owned, as a lot of these places are, right? We want to expand on that and build one in another area, and I think that would be so cool. And what I got lasered focused on first of all was not only the fact of like owning your own business, like making money passively, of course, right? But the idea of a lot of, it's so strange to say because I feel like I grew up so much once I got her and once my wife got pregnant, once I got married, once I had all these responsibilities, once I'm constantly thinking about, I want to live a point in my life where I can just provide for my wife. She doesn't have to do anything. She can live like a queen. That's what I want. And I don't want to take up cooking with all that free time. There's so much stuff that I want to do, man. There's so much stuff that I want to do. But anyways, going back to like Presto TV, what I've been laser focused on was not even owning that. And I think, like I said, I think part of it's just growing up. I'm 26 now, if anybody is wondering. I love the idea of what I would do is improve just a couple people's lives in the sense where work has become such a toxic environment for so many people. And I was so grateful that my first job, which was at a McDonald's, I loved. A couple of my bosses in particular, if this ever happens to get out, Brian, you were the GOAT, because his philosophy was, hey, do what you want, make sure your job's done, and do it properly. And that's what I would love to do, because so many people get depressed through work. So many people, and what Brian also always let me do was study. I can make the hamburgers as long as the hamburgers were made. He put me in a kitchen shift when my exams were there. As long as the hamburgers were made when they were coming, I can study. That's awesome. I would love to do that for people. I would love to provide that like nice work experience, because so many people, like I said, it's become such a toxic environment for people. And I don't get it. Like, there's just society's getting more depressed. I can go into that entire thing, to be honest with you, but I love the idea of me hiring somebody or a group of people, just like having people work for me. And first of all, creating a great environment where it's like, hey, I want you to do your job properly. And this bubble tea place would be perfect for that. Smile, greet the customers. I want that amazing experience, because I also had that. And it was a beautiful experience, to be honest with you. Working at the front counter at McDonald's at like 5 a.m. in the morning, the same old people would walk in. You start to know their names, although I'm not very good at names, but the familiar faces. And then they have the regular, you remember their coffee order, you give it to them. And it's just like a very pleasant experience. I want people to provide that experience to people, because again, people are getting more depressed as time goes on. People are going out less, but we could have that, right? We could make people want to come here, which would be good for business. But my whole philosophy would be just to, and this would be great for people working there, right? Do what you want. Do what I ask. You know what? I don't care. I'll pay you. I don't care. Just make sure everything's clean. Make sure you greet the customers. Make sure everybody's happy, right? And then you can go in, listen to your headphones. You can sit down. I don't care. Like all these ridiculous rules that people have now, especially in like customer service jobs. Standing. Why? Why should you be able to stand? I'll give them a rolly chair if they want. I'll give them the comfiest chair of all time. So I would really love to have enough where I can open that and then create like a nice, beautiful work experience for a lot of people. Make people enjoy their day, because at that point with my job, when I was working at McDonald's, it wasn't a struggle to go to work. It wasn't. I got up, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't like, yay, I get to go to work, but I was comfortable with the fact. Like, I was like, okay, I'm working 4, and then I had a good time. You know, I actually had a good time working, and I would love to provide that experience for people. And that's what I really want to do with the point of like this channel getting so big. And I know I'm obviously not there yet, but becoming financially free in that sense. Like I said, I would love to do that for some people. I would love to make enough money where if, for example, like one of you guys just said, hey, I'm struggling right now and I want to start streaming, but I can't. So I would love to have enough money where I could be like, here's a PC, dude. There is so much depression, hardship. The world's getting harder to live in. I would know. I would know, because I obviously can't afford a house. I'm renting my house right now. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I'm renting my house. And I'm sitting, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a very, very happy guy, but life's getting hard for a lot of people. And if I wasn't doing the second YouTube job, third being voiceover, so I wasn't working 3 jobs, there's no way I could be living outside my parents' house. So I would love to make enough money with this where I could make a little bit of an impact. And I don't know if that sounds bad. I don't know if that sounds like, you get the point what I was talking about earlier, where it's like, I just want to help people and be the best person of all time. But I really do, man. I think, like I said, I feel like I matured 10 years once I got the dog and once I have a baby coming, because that's all that's been on my mind. I want my wife to live like a queen. I want her to do nothing. I want her to do whatever she wants, not have to worry about work. I'm disgusted the fact that she has to go to work, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want her to just hang out with the kids, do whatever she wants. She wants to go out for coffee. She likes going out, hang out with her parents, you know? But so many people are stuck being in the way with their job, with their school. And so many people, and now look, I don't know if this is the rest of the world, but now they're getting rid of retiring. Now we're getting rid of pensions. People are expecting people to work until they die. we knew it was coming, but it's actually coming into play now, which is crazy. So I see a lot of things that I want to do, and this channel is really, really, it's probably going to allow me to do that. I just have to keep working hard. I have to keep streaming. I would love to stream every day, entertain people. Like I said, I want to entertain people. I want to make people laugh. I want to play with people and hopefully make their day a little bit better. And I understand how that sounds again, which is ridiculous, right? But another thing I would do is, like, my mom's still working. I would love to retire her. That's pretty much a goal for every guy, right? But another thing that I didn't mention with this is another thing that I really, really want is I want to, and my daughter is going to be born in a few weeks. I want to be there for her entire life. If I was here working, that would be crazy. At home, I could like watch her grow up, because I have a ton of memories of my dad. He wasn't really, I don't want to say he wasn't in my life. Don't get me wrong. He was still around, but my dad worked so much overtime because he kept my mom at home. So he was working. And the entire early part of my childhood, my dad wasn't around until he was after work, and then sometimes he had to go to bed early, and then sometimes he was too tired to do anything, but he would do it anyways. I don't want that to happen to my daughter. And my dad, it took him until he was almost retiring, which thank God he retired when I was in high school, because I still built a wonderful relationship with him, right? I want to be here. I want to, now that I'm having a kid, I want to spend every second with my wife and kid. You know, it's crazy. And I want to have more. I can't wait for her to get here. I want to spend all the time with the dog. And that's what the channel's starting to allow me to do. It's looking like that's what I'm going to be able to do with the channel. So to all of you, thank you. Whether it's a supporter creator code, whether it's watching an ad, whether you're a channel member, every little bit counts, and you are improving my life so much, and I know it is solely because of you. I'm not kidding when I say I remember every little super chat that I get, and you don't have to, because I'm just happy to have you here sharing a passion with me, talking with me. It just means a lot, man. There's a lot I really want to do in this life, and there's a lot that I would like to share happiness with. And I was actually going to upload a Clennecting video about it, about literally all the things that I want, and I would love to like start that conversation down below where it's like, hey, what do you want in life? That'd be really cool. But mark my words, if I ever get to a point, and I believe it's going to be when I get to that point where I have enough money that I'm living comfortably, I will be sharing this. And the first people that I'm going to be sharing it with is the people that gave to me. I will remember you forever. And don't get me wrong, it's not going to be just them. I want to do this. This is something that I want to do. I want to just have those charity streams. Like, not even charity streams, just like charity for this specific person. Because again, I don't believe in charity, to be honest with you. I think people are lining up their pockets. This has to be, it'll be run by me. But the whole press OT thing is just an example. There's so many things that I have jotted down. I'm going to make a Clenecting video about it. So look out for that, because I can't wait to talk about like literally all the things I want in life. Like, it even extends to stuff like sunrooms. I want a big house with a sunroom just to chill, watch a snowfall. I'm allergic to the world, man. And I love nature. I think it's beautiful. So it'd be awesome to just chill in a sunroom. My uncle's had one growing up. That was very nice. And you could just watch it. And I don't have to be allergic to it. I can just be inside, just chilling, you know? So I think I will call the podcast there. I don't think I have anything else to talk about when it comes to this thing, but we talked about 10K. Thank you for that. The memberships, honestly, comment down below about that, because I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do. And look out for that storyline video. It's going to be a lot of fun. Other than that, we got the future content going. I've mentioned on before on another podcast, I want to make another channel. Like, eventually I want to get into Practical Jokers type content, which would be really fun. And I'm going to be uploading marathons. So a little bit of a channel update, a little bit of a life update, and thank you, everybody. For real. I wish I could tell you. I wish I could show you somehow how grateful I am. But mark my words, one day I will be able to. One day I will be able to live up to what I'm saying right now. And I will be able to give back to you. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for improving my life. Thank you for allowing me to live comfortably in times and in a place which is up north, which makes it very difficult to even have a middle class. And thankfully, I'm falling into that. Thank you very much, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy the podcast. I don't know if I'll have a video on screen right now for you to check out. Maybe it'll be another podcast. Regardless, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Take care.